Most people think a great pizza starts with the sauce, or the toppings, or even the wood-fired oven. But here's what they miss by the time you reach any of that. The real decision has already been made. It was made the moment you chose your flour. The wrong bag, and your crust ends up pale, dense, and lifeless, the kind that bends without snapping. Not because you did anything wrong, but because you didn't know what was actually inside that white powder. Today we're going inside, down to the gluten strands, and all the way to the living organisms that make dough rise. By the end of this, a bag of flour is never going to look the same to you. In episode 1, we traced pizza across centuries from a Persian soldier's shield to the streets of Naples. Now we go deeper, because history tells you where pizza came from. What we're doing today tells you why it works. The dough is the foundation of everything. And the more you understand what's happening inside it, at the level of protein, grind, and fermentation, the more control you have over every single bite you produce. This isn't just technique. This is the difference between making food and understanding it. Let's start with the ingredient everyone overlooks. There's a belief that 00 flour means high protein, that it's the premium choice because it's somehow stronger. But that's not what 00 means at all. The 00 rating refers purely to the fineness of the grind. It is the finest mill possible, a powder so refined it feels like silk between your fingers. That fineness is what gives authentic Neapolitan dough its characteristic softness and elasticity. The base stretches without tearing. It stays pliable without being sticky. But here's the thing, fineness alone won't hold a pizza together. For that, you need high-protein bread flour. And this is where those tension cables come in. Inside every grain of wheat, there are 2 proteins, glutenin and gliadin. On their own, they do nothing. But the moment you add water and start working the dough, they bond, weaving together into an elastic web called gluten. The higher the protein content in your flour, the denser and more resilient that web becomes. It's what allows your dough to trap the gases produced by fermentation, stretch under heat, and hold its shape without the walls caving in. Think of it this way. 00 flour gives you the stretch. High-protein bread flour gives you the strength. A great pizza dough is a negotiation between both. The biology. Before industrial yeast packets existed, Neapolitan bakers had no choice but to rely on the air around them. They cultivated what we now call sourdough, a living colony of wild yeast and lactic acid bacteria, fed daily, protected carefully, passed down through generations like a family recipe. Some of the starters used in Naples today are over 100 years old. And here's why that matters. Sourdough doesn't just make dough rise, it transforms it. As the wild yeast ferments the starches, the lactic acid bacteria produce 2 distinct acids, lactic acid, which gives the dough a mild, creamy tang, and acetic acid, which adds that deeper, almost vinegary complexity you get in a long fermented crust. It also partially breaks down the gluten over time. There's brewer's yeast, the modern industrial version, engineered for speed and consistency. It will give you a reliable rise in a fraction of the time. But that efficiency comes at a cost. The flavor is flat by comparison, the fermentation shallow, and the texture one-dimensional. Neither is wrong, but understanding what each one does changes how you choose. You now have the right flour and the right yeast. But you can undo all of it in the next 60 seconds if you pick up the wrong tool. In a certified Neapolitan kitchen, a rolling pin is not allowed. Literally, it violates the production standards set by the Associazione Verate Pizza Napoletana. So here's what you've actually just learned. Making pizza dough isn't cooking. It's management. You are managing protein bonds, gas pressure, bacterial activity, and physical force all at once with your hands. Get any one of those wrong, and the others can't compensate. But get them right, and the dough practically builds itself. There's one more variable we haven't touched. It's the difference between a 90-second bake that blisters and chars perfectly and a 10-minute bake that dries the dough out before the crust has time to form. Next episode, we decode the heat, the thermodynamics of the oven, why temperature matters more than time, and what you can actually do at home to close that gap. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and I'll see you in the next one.